Hi friends, I am Miss Cherry with Ventura County Library. Thank you for joining me this evening for Bedtime Stories. Let's start with a silly joke. What did the Tooth Fairy use to mend her wand? How did the Tooth Fairy fix her wand? What did she use? Toothpaste. All right, friends, let's open up our arms wide and give the world a hug. And then let's wrap ourselves up tight and give ourselves a hug. Open your arms up wide again, give the world a hug. And then wrap yourself up tight and give yourself a hug. All right, so wiggle our shoulders a little bit. And let's grab some flowers and a bubble wand and smell the flowers. And blow the bubbles. Smell the flowers. And blow the bubbles. Last time, let's smell the flowers. And blow the bubbles. All right, what do we do each night to get ready for bed? We maybe take a bath or wash our face, to put on our pajamas. We have to brush our teeth. We have to do a really good job brushing our teeth, right? Really, really good. We want our teeth to be nice and shiny for the Tooth Fairy. So let's brush our teeth really, really good. And what else do we do? We have to sing songs and read books. So let's sing our song about reading. The more we read together. Sing with me, okay? The more we read together, together, together. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Nice singing, friends. Give yourself a little clap. All right, our story tonight is Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy. This is thanks to Macmillan Books for allowing us to read this story tonight, and it's by Dr. Tamara Pizzoli and pictures by Federico Fabiani. Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy, CEO. Bring it a little closer. All right, let's see. Tallulah, that must be Tallulah there. Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy, has been in the tooth business for as long as she can remember. She truly loves her work. That's because looking after children's pearly whites is more than just Tallulah's job. It's her career. Tallulah's passion for teeth led her to start a company called Teeth Titans Incorporated. Now it's the largest tooth collection organization on the planet, and she is the CEO, or Chief Executive Officer. Later, she founded the National Association for the Appreciation and Care of Primary Teeth, also known as the NAACP. Like any notable mogul, Tallulah finds she is most productive when she strikes a healthy balance between the 3 P's: her passion, her purpose, and what pays. Thus, Tallulah adheres to a strict schedule that keeps her busy and fulfilled. On Monday mornings, she has coffee or tea with no sugar. It'll rot your teeth. And then a quick workout session. Wednesday mornings are reserved for a chat with her therapist. The therapist says, "So, when did the obsession with teeth begin?" And Tallulah says, "I like to think of it more as a calling." And her therapist is writing that she thinks she's the Tooth Fairy. She must have something going on. But Tallulah is really the Tooth Fairy. Tuesday and Thursday mornings are dedicated to yoga, Pilates, and errands. Friday mornings are for visiting museums. She finds exhibits about teeth to be particularly fascinating. Each afternoon is dedicated to training other tooth fairies. What? You're not surprised, are you? Well, of course there's more than one tooth fairy. There are way too many lost teeth in the world for just one fairy to manage. Tallulah is the tooth fairy after all, but she's not Santa Claus, though she did once have lunch with Santa's lovely wife, Charlene. I just became swamped with all the work, so I had to hire additional fairies. Sure, I'm in it for the teeth. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But the greatest satisfaction is knowing that I am providing a service to children around the world. Each and every fairy is trained by me. I oversee all the hiring. Tooth Fairy Recruitment Event. With such an effective recruiting strategy, prospective tooth fairies sign up in droves. Questions you may get, but are not obligated to answer. How does the tooth fairy get in the house? What do you do with the teeth? How are you notified when a tooth is lost? All very good questions. The answers to these questions and more are in the top secret Teeth Titans Incorporated employee manual, to which you will have complete access to if you join our team. Each evening, after an early dinner and a bit of relaxing, Tallulah begins her rounds as head tooth fairy. Sure, she could afford to sit around counting teeth and money, but nothing gives Tallulah quite the same thrill as sliding a shiny tooth out from under a child's pillow and inserting some gleaming and jingling or crisp and easily folded in exchange. So that's just what she does, night after night. Most nights are pretty routine, but not all of them. One evening, something unusual occurred. Tallulah has gone about her routine and was prepared to make her last stop at the home of Baylord Burchell. Let's see. I wonder what's going to happen. When she slid her hand underneath the boy's pillow, she found not at all a treasure of tooth, but a note written by the boy himself. Let's see what the note says. It says, "Dear Tooth Fairy, I had a tooth to give you, but I lost it. I hope you'll understand. Sincerely, Baylord." Tallulah, the Tooth Fairy, studied the note for a moment, then stated, "This looks nothing like me. Why do they always think I'm so tiny?" As it was her first time finding a note in place of a tooth, Tallulah pulled out her Teeth Titans Incorporated employee manual for reference, but she quickly remembered there was no information pertaining to what to do in the case of a lost tooth. Not just a wiggly tooth that fell out, but a real tooth that was truly lost. Though she'd written the manual herself, Tallulah hadn't made provisions for such a rare occurrence. What's she going to do now? She had a decision to make, and quick. Tallulah called an emergency meeting of her board of directors. These 7 tooth fairies were the best of the best in her company. She could rely on them for sound advice and direction on how to best address the dilemma. "In all my years as a professional tooth fairy," Tallulah begins, "I have never had this occur. I'm truly stumped and would like your thoughts." A lengthy discussion ensued. "Leave a note that says, 'Sorry, kid, the tooth's the proof in the tooth. He has to learn responsibility.' Well, no tooth is better than a rotten tooth." Remember, we gotta keep our teeth really clean for the tooth fairy, right? I think we should remit partial payment for rotten teeth or no payment at all. It was thoughtful of him to leave a note. Oh, raise your hand if you've never lost anything. I don't think anybody could raise their hand for that, right? While we're on the subject of unusual circumstances, should we be giving extra for gold teeth? Tallulah, I'd like to discuss the last lack of diversity on this board. Tallulah says, maybe next week, Tom. Late that night, once Tallulah had listened to all the opinions given and reached a decision, she returned to Baylard's bedside to leave him a note of her own and a little something extra. Dear Baylard, everyone misplaces things sometimes. Here's hoping you find your tooth. Next time, store your lost tooth in this patented Teeth Titans Incorporated tooth compartment lanyard. It retails for $9.95 and is available on my website, but this one is my gift to you. See you soon, Tallulah the Tooth Fairy. P.S. Now you know why I wear the teeth I collect. They're easier to keep track of that way. Oh, wow. Those are all the teeth, all those shiny white spots. Mom, called Baylard, you'll never believe this. He hopped out of bed and ran to his mother to show her both the letter and the photo of the Tooth Fairy. And inside the Teeth Titans Incorporated tooth compartment lanyard was one more surprise from Tallulah the Tooth Fairy CEO. The shiniest gold coin you ever did see. Pretty cool. Oh, I think I see Tallulah there. And that was Tallulah the Tooth Fairy CEO. Very cute story that you never knew. Story behind the Tooth Fairy. Like that anyway. All right, friends. We want to keep our teeth nice and shiny and bright for Tallulah. How do we do that? We have to brush. Remember, we brush before bedtime. What's another thing that we do for our teeth besides just brushing? Flossing. Yeah. It's not just a dance. It's for your teeth, too. We also have to eat healthy foods that help keep our bodies strong, including our teeth. We have to make sure to visit our dentist, too. Those are all good ways to take care of our teeth for Tallulah. All right, my friends, it is time for our bedtime rhyme. So let's say it together. Ready? One fluffy quilt for my bed. Two soft pillows for my head. Three teddy bears to hold on tight. 4 kisses for a restful night. And 5 big hugs. Then out goes the light. Good night, friends. Let's draw a circle on our head and pop in a good dream. Have sweet dreams, and we'll see you at the next story time.